In 104 days, Eau Claire voters will decide if the city should raise taxes to fund more emergency service positions.
Katrina Lim is digging deeper into what this referendum would mean for you if it passes, and how these positions can help meet the needs of a growing city.
On Tuesday, the Eau Claire City Council voted to add a $1.4 million referendum question to November's ballot. The question asks to raise city residents' taxes to add more public safety positions.
State law limits how much we can ask taxpayers to pay. The only way we can increase our taxes more than the levy limit is by asking residents and taxpayers if they're willing to provide more tax payment.
The extra revenue generated from the referendum would fund 6 firefighters/paramedics, 6 police officers, 2 community service officers, and 1 civilian law enforcement associate for the 911 dispatch center.
Without the referendum, we will have to figure out some way to cut back on service delivery.
According to the council, homeowners with the median cost of a home in Eau Claire, which is about $194,000, can expect to pay an extra $43.82 per year if the proposal passes. At-large City Council member Charlie Johnson supports the referendum because police are stretched so thin that they've had to start prioritizing certain calls over others.
If it continues on the path it is, then it's going to continue to kind of ask the question, well, what is having to be prioritized? And now we have to start looking at detectives who are having to leave their detective role and enter into an officer role, but now these detectives aren't being able to look into the child mistreatment cases or domestic assault cases.
It's not just police who need more hands on deck. Fire Station 6 on Gulf Road is undergoing construction for an expansion. Deputy Chief Alan Bertrand says that station only has 3 firefighters per shift, but they need 5 per shift to be fully staffed.
These 6 additional people would allow us to staff both the ambulance and the fire truck out of this station 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Our community is growing, so Bertrand says we need to grow our emergency personnel to meet the demand.
We've seen a continued trend of an increase in emergency responses from year to year, and so having the correct amount of personnel to staff this station gives us the best position to provide emergency response to the people living in our community and the people that visit our community.
That was Katrina Lim reporting. If the referendum passes on November 8th, officials will put the funding in the 2023 calendar and fiscal year budget and hope to start hiring as early as January.
Johnson says they also plan to host public forums in the future for community members to get more informed about that proposal.